all of us here, all the business owners, you see the self they are rendering service. You understand? Even though profit is part of the goal, first of all, they are rendering service. Second comes profit. Now, like I said, you need to sit down and decide which business I want to do. And for me as an individual, I believe that I'm two things behind they get that decision. First of all, what thing you like to do. It's called passion. You understand? This will be that thing where I would like to do. You understand? And the second is what will be that thing when I sabi do well. You understand? And let's go with the first one. For passion, there's some people that have high skill. Maybe you also play just this job, and you understand? Naturally, your mind is going towards okay. Maybe I will get fashion stuff, you understand? I will sell clothes, so I'm waiting like, you understand? So for some other people, if you wait in your hand, maybe some people, it's a big do hair where we have put in your hands, you understand? If you want to choose business, I know it's fair, say, okay, for somebody maybe say, it's a big use like, now here you like to do, you want to say, okay, you don't go physical. And also you don't get physical, but it's different if you don't wait in the area, you just brush up, you don't have to, you understand? So first of all, you must sit down and think about the kind of business that you want to do. You understand? I think most of us don't decide to do this one for you. Allow me to sit that person. If you never decide, it's not you can still sit and think about the kind of business that you want to do. First of all, understand that the law allows you to practice any kind of business, any legal, legit kind of business. And the business where we say, I'm not going to business. Or any business where we say legit, you understand? Police not going to push you up and down. The law allows you to practice any kind of business. So as you day and now, no restriction there. So long as the business not be having not be kidnapped, not be bad, you can do it. You understand that? So that means first you have to sit down and decide and think about the kind of business, the kind of problem you want to help us solve in those cities in Nigeria as the case may be. Now, after you don't decide, the second thing you do, you can't choose name for your business. This particular part is sweet me. You know why it is sweet? As lawyer, people don't go meet you before say, I beg every register. They won't bring one English name before they get sweet. I know most times because they companies claim they're over.
We know it's CACBRB. CAC means Corporate Affairs Commission. It's the body that registers your business. You understand? Now, CAC, they register any business, and they know they work with that. The day of the state safe, in fact. Even, I believe Mr. Sai can help you sort that out. How do you do it? Now, the number one principle is that just no hard, no disturb yourself, no look for dictionary. Just all of us get name for Yabi. Just if you just combine both your English name and your native name, and you get one better name. You understand? When you want to register, CAC allows you to give them two options of names that you want to register. Give us two options. If they approve the first one, either they approve the first or the second one. But in some cases, they can ask, like I said, if they feel cancel the two, they'll say, okay, the name person already used, and so bring another one. That's why I advise that you combine your names most times. You understand? Now, I'm not giving one example for this. So why I believe so I might never even go. When I see that signboard, did that back for there. But when I see the name with the Tres Caro, might tell the story behind that name. The best you get out of the lap, you know what I want to talk. When I see that Tres, the English name, when you see the Caro with the back, now better Benin name. May I pronounce that for now? When I not laugh for. You know, tell us. Omokaro. The guy combined the name. You say it is one. As I believe say I think this CAC collect the name for once. You understand? Because the name is unique, it's special. You know, be any name where you say okay, you don't see for street before. You understand? So this is my advice. If you want to choose name, make sure say you carefully sit down, you think name who you want to use. You understand? So that you know go give CAC because now more you search for every search is 500. So imagine say you can't give them, you give them two names. The cancel the first one, cancel the second one. You go, now money they go like that. You understand? So it's better you just sit down, take your time, decide. If you will combine maybe your first speaking name, the second name, or even your wife name, or your grandmama name, just combine the two anyhow. You understand? You can arrive at a unique name. Don't be tempted to want to go for maybe all those big English names or big words. Most times, person already use them. Like I said, you know how many companies that is like? Plenty companies, plenty. So how are we sure that okay, name maybe English word or name you want to be complex enough to use them? So it's better you just use unique names. You understand? Combine your name, your surname, your native name, your Benin name, and everything. Just you understand, Abi? You can go on. Okay, here it says decide on the legal entity best suitable for your business. Now, what is this part they talk? We say, as for the purpose of this class, we're going to focus on two, right? There are different entities in business, in law. There is what you call business name or sole proprietorship. You understand? That one means say now one man business. Like this Oga dey here now. He work fit just be say in the register SIM card. Not say he carry laptop, even resemble the register SIM card safe. In the register SIM card. It be say means say now only one like get some. You understand? It's called business name now. Only one like get that business. But in other case, they also call limited liability company. That one means say now in law is also another kind of registration, but it just means say like that business thing now. If law one look and the law will look and say both the business name, maybe the name of this business now, most na Trescaro. The law will look and say both the Trescaro and him are the same person because now one man business. You understand? That one you don't need share capital, you don't need. It's very easy to register. You understand? Because the law will look and say okay, both God forbid saying get court case now, we want sue am. We'll just group them with both the name and the person because now one man business. But if na limited liability company, it means say that limited liability company now aside you as the owner, it means say you maybe na me get her now, me na different person. The company itself na different person. We understand? Should I say it again? Business name, if you do business name, now one man business na it be. You understand? It means if one man business, it means say if you want sue now, you just look and say okay, or maybe the man with the sell orange for streets, that kind of person. Both the orange and the business never than one person. You understand? Like the same person because now one small scale businesses. You understand? But if a limited liability company, it just means say the person will get them is a different person, different entity from the business itself. Exactly. Oga Isabiam, you understand? There are two different persons. If you say, for example, now, Trescaro Limited, the first when you hear that limited, first you call your mind be say, this person, this company is a different entity from the person that owns it. You understand? Now, I might give you why that one is with the advantage. What you call advantage? What you both call advantage? If, for example, now this man get limited company, and maybe we can't get some contract for business, of course, make I sue, I might take collect my money for your hand. If I want to, not be here, I go sue. Okay, what's your name? No vex. Not be Mr. Chris, I go sue. You know why? Because in a different person from the business entity. So if I want to, now the business, maybe Trescaro Limited, now I go sue. Not be him, I go sue. You understand? So even if, for example, maybe I can't win the case and then court won't give me money, they're not going to look your account. Now that Trescaro Limited company account, and they forgive me money. You understand? So it means say all his savings we get for life. Or he not go fear say okay, God will carry my car, they'll carry my house, so they'll carry my. They don't go even touch them at all. They'll just go straight to the company because the company by itself now human being, now human being by itself. You understand, Abi? That one don't enter. We don't digest that one. Okay, now like I said, there's another one called public company, but I'm not sure. Say that one not concern us. That one now if you want sell shares, and I believe our businesses are just small scale, so we limit ourselves to either business name and limited. Now I like to say that business name not be saying bad, not be bad thing, no, not be bad thing. It's even easier to register. It just means say you and the business are the same person. Even though say we know they pay for court case, we just say just in case. I know it's only find trouble. Just in case, maybe you can't get court matter. Just know say okay, if you want handle business name, we handle you and your business as one person. You understand? But you not be saying a bad thing. You understand? If you register and we call, at least in Nigeria will know that okay, there is a business called Trescaro. It's a business name. A person gets an so Mr. Chris now get Trescaro business. You understand? So not be bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It just means that unlike limited, there are two different entities. Shall we understand? Do you have a question?
Yes. Supposing.
Okay, sir. No vex. Is it possible for you to just write your question if you don't forget them, so that if we finish, I'll just answer the question once. You go like that, Abi. So if we get a question, just write them down so that we'll take them one by one. Okay, the third step, it says register with the FIROS and pay your tax regularly. Now, FIROS means Federal Inland Revenue. See the middle, write that for yourself. Federal Inland Revenue Service. Now, now we they pay tax too. So, you know what to be tax. How many of us they go church for you? You know, say they cut tithe, I be 10% tithe where you pay. Tax now like your 10% to Nigerian government. I know say most of us for here we're not they happy with Buhari government. Abi we they happy? Abi we they happy with the government? Abi we they see things where we no like. We they see say bad roads there and everything. But the truth, even if we look this matter, Buhari no go come bring the salary to do road within your street, oga. Now from tax where you and me pay, then go take one. That's why it's good for you to pay your tax. In as much as say, like I said, we no like say like no day road no good, our picking school them no good like that. There is no way he go use salary to do one. Even if you want, how much they pay him? More even look and safe. How much? How many road go use and they do? But imagine say oga pay tax. Even if na small 2,000 naira, oga pay yeah, auntie pay, oga pay, everybody for us pay for year pay. You see most of our streets for our area, they'll do one. You understand? So it's good that you pay tax. Not to say okay, what's Nigeria do for me? No, at least do your own bidding, do your own part. There was a case one time where I don't know whether one lawyer, you know the reason why he thought we can do that case. He said because in the tax paying citizen. Some of us we know if you come and talk and boldly say we tax paying citizen. You understand? Some of us don't even pay tax before, but once you get your business, it's good that you pay tax. Do you understand? And most times now two type of tax as far as we are concerned at our level. Your tax for your business and then maybe for you as an individual. You understand? And if you see the business where you get, maybe you get employee, you get people where the way they work for you, you're supposed to encourage them to pay tax. If you get picking where they work, maybe for not be for your business or your company for the work, or in the work. If you get picking, maybe the picking they work for another place. Okay, so as we were saying, right, it is good that we all what we pay tax. You know, let them pay you say, okay, this money why you wait. If I come on this money now from the 2 million where I work now, so it not come be 2 million, it don't reduce. It's good that we pay tax because if you look if you no pay tax, it's FIS as a body, they can penalize you. They'll say, okay, maybe if you say for the years where you never pay tax, we multiply them by 10. Don't be that one that was pass. So it's not better that as the money they come, you just they pay the tax. You understand? So it's good. All of us, so you will agree say we supposed to pay tax. People will agree say we pay tax. We agree say we pay tax, Abi. I beg not let the money pay you. Now, what do you supposed to do? Like we said, if landlord carry tenant in the given rules and regulations, some of us get worse. We won't get bill for you. They give them rules and regulations. This one, waiting Nigeria, see me we do as business owners. It's something that is very important. That is how our roads are going to be fixed. And so they go take give us slides, and so they will take build our schools. We need to pay tax. Now, and most times, not think that's not big money, now small money. If it be maybe at the end of 1 month, the calculator it could be 1,000 plus, it could be 2,000, but just small money. If all of us for here be on 1,000, you know how much someone go reach us to do something. You understand? So please, let's pay tax. You better say you pay tax than say you not come pay. For 1 year, you gather your profit, they gather and they keep on. Then one day, you know they come to your office like this, they come calculate all the years we never say pay. You come pay and they come multiply them. That one I was fast. So it's good that we all pay tax. And this body so they day every state. So not be only Abuja, they day every state. You can just walk into their office and say, okay, I don't start my business, so come and cost me and tell me my tax. Or most times now they go even by themselves. Come and if you know, I showed some of us who just did before. Once they your office, like, they'll just come with their suit talking, tell you, say, okay, this is where we are from. So and so. You understand? So you can either go to their offices or they will come to your business. They will come to you and they will cost and they'll give you your tax payments. Are we good on that? So please, all of us do argue for yourselves supposed to pay tax, Abi. We are good. And now I want to know there are some things where you say you want to apply for. They'll tell you bring your tax receipts. Sure, I don't see that kind of thing before. Exactly. They'll tell you bring your tax receipt, bring your utility bill. That's either light bill or dustbin bill. But the funny thing is, some of us in Nigeria with it. Some of us your dustbin go for night to your dodge. You go to where for inside gutter, me for no pay. All those things no good. You understand? Some of us we even bypass electricity itself. All of those little things are actually the reasons why we are where we are in this country. So we agree all of us prospectors have been fantastic. Okay. Now the fourth one, it say open and maintain a corporate account, a corporate company bank account for your business. Now, this one is very important, as it applies both to business, as in business name, one man business, and limited company. You understand? That means as a one man business, maybe you dey sell rent for something. You fit get your own bank. You fit work enter bank, tell them say make they open account for you. You understand? You fit get even a limited company. You fit see work enter bank, they go open bank for you. It's very good. It gives your business structure. Now let me say this. If for example, maybe oga na fish you dey sell, me come I say okay, I want. Now fish you dey sell. I don't know. I just talk about. I don't know. I just talk about. Okay, as oga dey sell fish now, maybe for example, I say okay, I get events from one hole. Maybe I want marry, I can say okay, I want me to supply fish for me and some of my friends. You understand? And maybe the worth of that contract, like let's say if you all look at maybe roughly 60 million. 60 million, bad abi? You like 60 million, abi? You like say let's say like everything like 60 million naira. Because say my go more give. I come meet am. I come say. After we don't talk, we don't arrange everything, packet of fish. I want to package and put this one, put this one. I can't find that say maybe business name. You don't get business name first of all, you don't register am. Now Papa of Sasu and fish company finish. You don't register am, the name your day ahead. You understand? Then I come say my look, I come say okay. First of all, for you to even open a business, a corporate business account, you say you supposed to get business name because you know you supposed to register am or Mr. Chris. You supposed to use the business name to register am. I can't say you don't get business name, no business account, nothing. I can't go meet that auntie for the way green. Maybe she too dey sell fish. I come meet her. I can't say auntie get business name. Maybe Trescaro Fish Company. I can't say she get corporate account. If you be me, who you invest with? I want to hear your opinion. If you be me, why?
Why be see sorry?
Because stand up, no worry, feel free.
Why you would like to go with that one? Because of say that one they trustworthy and him is she on her own. As in she don't already register a company whereby say you yourself you want to business with someone, you don't get anything like here. Everything will go genuinely.
I'm not clap for this, Oga. Let me say, if they understand what they talk since, there's no reason why I want to read. Because I feel give Papa Sasuna. He go not waste my money. I know see again. 60 million don't enter voice me. I can't find that 60 million. Who want to waste 60 million for this worry time? Nobody wants that kind of thing. You understand? That's why you should have proper structure. Even if, let's assume say okay, maybe any business for here, maybe you be welder or you be someone who they do salon for here. Who gets salon for here? They do. You see, the temptation to just put Tres, we'll use your name tired today. The temptation to use maybe Tres hair beauty salon. Your live like that is always there. But don't ever stop there. Just push yourself. You understand? You know they have just work at any bank. If I these days, you just go bank, give them name, so as they will give you account number. If I don't want to say sometimes if you send them code, you can register on your phone. You understand? So corporate business account is very important. First, it gives you just to say you know what you do. You understand? And there's enough here say okay, if I give them money, go base. Even if it base, I know how to trace them. The bank they there, cost system is there. Unlike Papa Sasu where the only name on Papa Sasu, you don't finish. So if you lost them, Papa Sasu plenty for Benin now. Not be Benin with this. There is like 100. Pay one for start. Money don't go with that. You understand? So don't be tempted to just start a business and leave it like that. Always go, take it a step further. Have a business name. It's very important. You understand? Get business name. You know so people do business name self. You know past 15,000 naira. I think at a point CS even done for 10,000 naira for everybody. You understand? So it's not expensive. Get a business name and have a corporate business account. It's very important. Because money where you feel losing, you know your mind know okay, that's 60 million now. Wait, from your hand, you go that girl hand. She now money don't business is always like that. I know to say about business. It's called referral and relationships. If I know this brother want married to one fish. All I want the rest I go miss. Don't be that same girl. I say because tell myself pass and not be bad person. You are not man before when they do fish, you feel sweet or but see that but not the spoil things. Nobody should meet your business and say, but let them see that okay, everything is just in place. This person, I feel trust me, I feel do business with them. You understand? Those are the essence of all of the things we've talked about. They are not negotiable. Like I said, the temptation to just say, okay, they give me money, I just start business with your move, but don't stop at that. Be a distinctive business owner. Be a different business owner. Be that person that will do it differently in your community. In your area, if you say, una be 10 safe, where they do here or where they sell the fish, but be the different person. Maybe they say, okay, this person, there's just something about this person. In their structure, they arrange way. You understand? Don't be say, okay, they do fish, you're going to snap fish up and down. You dress well. They'll still consist, okay, you get proper structure. You understand? And one of the things we say you feel the benefits if you get business name now. If you get letterhead. All of us want to be letterhead, Abi. All those people will be say your company, name of your company, you go to the top. If you want to write letter, I say, okay, I'm gonna come pitch. Maybe state government, they find contractors who want supply uniform to schools. So we just need open one new school, Gelegele secondary school. Because okay, the firm will give us who will supply school uniform for us. Maybe like 2 persons will pitch for here, 2 persons will pitch for here. They if not bill letter, I can't say this person use full cash sheet here writing you. Don't be bad thing though. Don't get me wrong, don't be bad thing. Use full cash sheet writing you. You use a diary writing you. Once this one, even if it's not a diary, but at least once you see it on letterhead, it shows that there's a structure to that business. It shows that it's legal. At least it's registered. CAC knows that business. If anything happens, I can trace that business. You understand? So these little things, the kind of money where you go fit bring for your hand, your mind will fit come. In the same vein, if you know jump, the kind of money where you fit come more for your hand, even you know fit come. You understand? So these things are very. It just gives your business proper structure. It just say know what you do. You understand? Okay. No, read this fun quiz. It says you are getting married or preparing for your big wedding anniversary, and you get 2 event decorators who submitted their cost quotes to you, same cost and same level of experience. That means these 2 people, they are good with decoration, they do everything. You understand? They know work, they know work, they sabi their work. You both say, you man go say the man knows his onions, you know what thing they do. Which and same cost and same level of expertise. Okay, see the event planner A. See name, event planner A. Kelechi Ogu UBA. See bank account. Now the same. See the second person will come picture. Event planner B. Classy Events Limited UBA. See account number. The question is, which of them will you feel most comfortable paying 500K for your event?
Classy Events Limited.
Obvious reasons. Abi? So you see, say this issue of registering your business, it can never be overemphasized. Now, something where you supposed to do. If you feel say, okay, limited to big, now small, now I want to do one small. Business name is your best bet. You understand? It says obtain the required operational licenses and certification for your venture. Okay. This one are for people like us where we say if you won't do get some certain business where you won't do for Nigeria, you suppose get license. License now permits. You understand? You supposed get okay approval from government where you say okay, this person, Mr. Chris, is licensed to do this particular business. Maybe for example, now say you want get maybe you want produce like this fish now. You know say fish now consumable now waiting they chop. And there's no way say you do fish or you let you carry enter market. Even if you say you pass kuna one day they go catch you. One day they go. Even if you say okay, you just anyhow. So they give master to them master you give this one they sell for your neighborhood and you they sell them. Once one last now that will catch you. But the proper structure is that once you won't do two once like people they chop. You supposed to take count to NAFDAC. They go check count. See okay, this thing if person chop and no go get coronavirus. If person chop and no go swell up. They need to be sure that it's good for consumption. You understand that? So this if you know say you there. And your business require say you they do what is they chop, what is they rub for body, what is they use there, anything where person will use, where be say if person system, you as even pure water, small this pure water system like this. So as small as it is, you need to meet the appropriate authorities. Make them make sure say okay, this thing is good for consumption. Let me ask now one question. If for example say everybody they bypass all these structures, NAFDAC and all of them. So that SON stands for Standard Organization of Nigeria. If we say all of them, everybody they produce things for this country, all of us they bypass, they hide, they share them. I mean, of us say now everybody will see their life. Remember the Queen, you know many expired drugs where that woman help us confiscate for this country. Exactly. So it is very important. Even though say you they sure say okay, this thing, they know finish. Now for them to just they should say okay, this way this person they do, it is good, it's not poisonous, it is good for human consumption. We can all eat it. That's the essence. You understand? So please, if you know you are going to be doing anything, what is they chop, what is they rub for body, pure water, anyhow, you need to go through this process. It's very easy. You don't consult a lawyer. It's very important because, like I said, even if say you hide, you pass back here, they just do around your community. Last time they will still catch you. Because you don't know who person will go chop on, will go give another person. Before the people will come and tell us, say, okay, there's something like this. We can't defend NAFDAC, we not see NAFDAC. People like now, if I go report, I bet see what I chop to the NAFDAC not deal. Or some of us will they say some things. expiry dates. I mean, if I don't buy expired gala for you, I don't buy them plenty times. You understand? And if you look and say, ah, na gala, not be gala, maybe the right expiry date, today na 26th of November. You come see na 20, the same day you buy a net supposed expire. You know what you say, madam, just buy them now, not be today, just you are playing with your life. You understand? So in the same vein, if you do products and you need to do ensure all of those things, just go the extra mile and get it done. Because if anything happens, say the person got your part, the person can't get poisoned or the person can't die or something. You understand? You have yourself to blame. You get? You have yourself. That's pure negligence. Negligence for me say you know what you're supposed to do, you not can do it. You understand? And that case, especially if you sue, you go sue you and they go sue you to the last shoe where you wear because you have killed somebody or you've poisoned someone's system. You understand? So if you know say you go do anything consumable around here, these are the extra miles you need to go to ensure that okay, your products are acceptable generally in society. You understand that one, Abi? Keep your books and financial records very, very clean. Now, you don't say for us as small business owners, temptation to just get business and you say something, you put money inside episo, put inside episo, or you draw, you put them for the temptation is high. But let me tell you something, it is always very important that you have proper bookkeeping. You take stock of what you say. So when I know say provision storage therefore they say, where bookkeeping no day, it's very easy to thief. You can either thief the money. I saw some of us people don't thief us for here. You can either thief the money or you go thief. If you even thief the person, they say person no go know. Unless the person count them. You understand? So be able to take proper bookkeeping. Take stock of maybe for example now they say shoe. You take stock of the shoe. You understand? Not be sabi. Because specifically they teach you, you no go know. And if pikin wear one shoe come out, wife collect one shoe, sales girl wear two shoe, how much be a profit to come remain? Your money no dey go with that. You understand? So it's good that you always have proper structure, have books where you keep your stock. And then for those of us who they sell things, it's like I said, the temptation to just wear a so put the money there. CP water, ice cream, give me, you buy. It's good, but it takes proper account of these things because that's how you will know if you are making profit or you are losing money. You understand, Abi? So these things are very, very important. And for some of us, if you should not always call auditors, people will come check your account whether you make money or you lose or you're overspending, and they'll give you adequate advice. There's no way they can advise you if you don't have this structure in place. You understand? If, for example, I be an external auditor, you come see my account check, I ask you, how much you start? You tell me 50K. Okay, how many products you buy? You don't know. First year, how much you say? How many things you say? You don't know. How much you make? Maybe like 10K. There's no way I can help you. You understand? So it's always good. Not be lazy my work. As you said it, you go write them. Okay, 1 packet of sugar. You write them there. You understand? You don't even if you know if you afford computer for the first year, computer where you did write them. Use your hand write them. So what's the very for you? But even if I call your picking, come and write this thing. Go write them for you. That way, at the end of the day, or a week or even a month, you can take stock and say, okay, I made so and so amount of money. These were the bad decisions I made. I know this money where I'm not supposed to spend that like this. You will learn, you make correction, and you implement in the following month. That's how businesses grow. You understand, Abi? Bookkeeping is very, very, very important, and a financial records. And another thing, sometimes, or a lawyer, if you get a matter go reach for court, the court will come demand for the books. You understand? And sometimes you can even add them as evidence to prove that okay, so and so this is what has maybe for example now we gotta do business together as partners, and then maybe I can't travel go abroad. I say okay, may you help me they do business. I can't come back and say business don't finish, everything don't finish. How you want to prove to me say you not chop the money? It's through these records. You understand? It's very, very important. Like I said, sometimes even in court, there are tenable evidence. There are things you can bring and say, God judge, see, I not see this money. Now this one I buy this one. Then we incur this loss. Maybe we buy one product, the product does spoil, or arm robbers. Just be able to put all of these things in writing. Not also okay for each as I go write them. You understand? Last, there are some things will happen for like maybe happen like 10. You know they remember again. If you some things if after this class. If you come out, some of the things you may not obviously remember again, unless it's written or they send it to you. You understand? So always be able to write down things, necessary information. Okay, business negotiations. How many of us see negotiation mean for you? What does it mean to negotiate? To bargain. If, for example, now say you won't do business. Maybe person won't invest, or okay, maybe for example that fish business example where I give. If I won't follow you, you don't just tell me say bring 60 million. I go just go fast. I can't give you. Even if I dey farm, say we'll price them, we'll prehend. That's the word. We go price them, maybe. So negotiations are very important in business. And most times after you negotiate, maybe we don't discuss. Say okay, you say oh God, 50 million. Say no, na 30 million I get. At the end of the day, you should be able to have a lawyer document these things in plain paper sheets for you. Agreements, that's the word, Oga. Thank you. That's the word. Simple agreements. You understand? No, once you know say alert the shackle body. Once you get the alert pan like this, so your fail declare. Once as where cook fish pepper soup, everybody all they enjoy. Forgetting that okay, there are some things you need to. I know some you don't cook fresh soup. If you don't make better pepper like this, declare is good. I like my part declare if you need to declare. But the thing is, don't declare such a way that your business will be harmed at the end of the day. You understand? It is very important when you negotiate like this. The agreement, okay, Oga, you give me 30% of the money now, or 50%. When I finish, you give me. If we not write down for grant and we can't go court, how you want to prove? Say okay, this was all we agreed. There's no way. There is no way. So every little agreement, even up to the one say maybe you want to employ person first, so you say I want secretary, you just collect the girl, dump am for there, you move. It's not advisable. Because if that gets into the thief or so they do not supposed to do, the worst you can do is to drive her, but your money don't go. You don't go with that. But imagine say you give them employment letter where you give them all the terms and conditions. You give them okay, these things now you supposed to do. You come by 8. You go do this one. You go do that one. If income default or in do what you're not supposed to do. If you want so, you think say go hard. Or you want carry and go court. Even if a politician say if you want carry and go, you know go hard because you get people you say CMO exactly. Eh? Okay. You get politics of say, okay, see what I say employ this person though, see what you're supposed to do, and at this thing I not do. That you're in for default. You understand? So negotiations are very important. And after negotiating, the next thing you must have it, you must have an agreement. Maybe you know say you by yourself, you don't feel that agreement. Even though say maybe you go school well. You know why? If I say make sure for short agreement now. And the difference is going to be very, you will not say, okay, this one, na lawyer work, or this one, a person work. You understand? I'm not sure that you can't do basic stuff day to day, but it's more effective when you get the help of a lawyer. And like he said, you must write it in his favor. If, for example, say we want to do business now, if the person want, maybe let me get business, I bring my lawyer, it's not enough. Because if I bring lawyer, maybe I be this man lawyer now. If I want to do agreement, I go do it in favor. You know. Because then go pay me salary at the end of the day. I go make sure say I cover all interest. Maybe for example, now maybe now this land all they buy. We all say, okay, the man get lawyer now, you collect paper, you move, you go. You don't know what's inside the agreement. So always get a lawyer. Very important. You understand? Because if I have the agreement, I go write in favor. I go write everything I know say it go protect them. No say okay, the interest is properly covered. But your interest, what's it concern me? If I protect you, not be sabi. But if imagine say I get lawyer, this one everybody get lawyer, I do the work finish. This one call it I say no. This particular clause, this agreement, I don't like them. We don't benefit. I better change them. We can't discuss here. We'll tell us and the ways okay. Everybody will benefit from this. You understand? Imagine if not one lawyer, I'm not bothered about you. It's just natural. I'm not going to say I'm not going to write to go people, but I just protect my client's interest. Maybe for example, now one buy land. I can say okay. Okay. Maybe for example now, I want buy land. I can say okay. There's usually a clause that you say okay, the transferor, that means the person where they say must protect the transfer, the person where they buy must indemnify from every obstruction and whatever. You understand? That one means say if I sell and give you, for example, it means say if Mr. Sayi come tomorrow say that land, buy the first land give me before, it means I'm supposed to protect your interest. I'm not going to involve in me and I go slug the matter out, make sure say your interest is protected. You understand? But in other case, if in way they buy, no get lawyer, and I protect your interest, I just say okay, I just say I said give you, and that clause is not there. If it should come tomorrow, you cannot come here. You know why? Because I said that you should defend your interest if anything goes wrong. You understand? And all these things are written in words inside papers that we are giving. And most times for all of us they don't. If you buy TV like this, you look at it by your finger, you don't get TV, you don't get remote. ITV they show you 1 more year start to the watch. You understand? But all the basic things you don't even bother to go through. Most of us for we get Facebook account. If you know say when you open your Facebook account, you read through the terms and conditions, raise up your hand. You open Facebook, you read all the terms, all the conditions, everything. Raise up your hand. I'm not, I can repeat it. When you open Facebook or even Instagram, all those ones that they do, all those accounts, you know, when you open and you read through the entire terms, the conditions, everything, you read them. Raise up your hand for you. If it raise, not shame, it's I should be proud. Raise it up. Muna turn back, muna look am. Turn back in case your neighbor raise up and you don't see your neighbor. How many? How many? What is the second person? Now when I see you, raise up your hand again, please. Raise it up. Until you read all your own. Everything. Shake your head like say you did show. You read everything. When I look the statistics, I say everybody for the class. How many persons? 2 persons. And you get Facebook account. You know what's there for them. So often at tomorrow you wake up, so you just see person don't post what you not be, or you don't even know take on, you don't do Facebook. You could that's the funny thing, they update the agreement every time. You don't even terms and conditions, places you're not even aware. Some of us, you see Facebook, you open, you see your Sato Adam's friend, Eros Sato Adam's friend, here precious, your Adam's friend. You don't even know what is there. It's wrong. It's always important because, like I said, if I be Facebook, not much Facebook they pay. If I be Facebook lawyer, I don't go reason your matter. I go write in a way that I should protect my clients. You understand? I go to that my clients, the money will go pay me. I go make sure say the money sweet for belly, no go pay them. But you weigh your right, you don't put your hand finish. If eventually say, okay, maybe something can happen, maybe they hack your account or they use your account, God forbid, they use the account a due person. If you can't go check on say Facebook or say you are liable for whatever happens to your account, there's nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do. As a lawyer, I saw plenty cases that people had against Google, job case like this, that suing Google, Google this, Google did that. Most times you look at you will open that, you know with them, and last time the matter will not even go well in your favor. Do you understand? So even as little as let's do this thing, have a written agreement. Okay, when am I starting this thing? Maybe on Monday. You will deliver on so and so date. You pay me so and so percentage. You will pay me the balance all upon completion. Anyhow, just make sure you have this thing written down. Because if, for example, I don't deliver contract finish, I not compare, I can't run, you can't call my phone is switched off. What can you really do? Nothing. But you can take that paper and take it to the police station first of all. Or even take it to court to be registered. Or can they find this person in court eventually? At least we'll have an agreement to refer to and say, okay, see and here, Mr. Chris said he will pay on so and so date. In this case, did you pay? No, he defaulted. But if they say you no get, no right and nothing, you just say you half, you declare, you don't forget the rest. Do you understand? So please, these little things are very, very, very important. And if you look, I'm not be say the law wants to stress you, it's actually for your own good. So you understand? It's actually for your own good. If you get business name, it's for your own good. If you take paper record, you will know that you're making profit or you're making losses. It's actually for your own good. So everything that the law tells you to do as far as your business is concerned, it's first for your benefits. Never make any critical business decision without the counsel of a legal advisor. I will give you an example. I think sometime last year, a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, he contacted me saying, call me for phone, say he won't do, in a marketer, he said he won't do one, he won't market for one salon like that. And the person who markets for the salon, our mutual friend, me know the girl we want here, he know and too. I come to and say, okay, know what you want to do. It's not like this person is a bad person, but I would advise that we just have a written down agreement. You understand? He can't say, okay. On the day when he need them, wait till me give him. He can't call me. I was not happy. My phone no day with me. He just carry paper and barrel. Just what he let. You give him. When I come say, how far this thing now? He gonna tell me say, indoor drawing, in come, no feel reach me. Now you write them by yourself. I say, okay, no problem. Bring the thing. I say, bring and come. I read and finish. I said that. See me, you write. There's nothing much to it. You didn't even capture your interest properly. You understand? You just write, okay, when you are starting, when you are paying, and a lot of details were left out. And I didn't blame him. You know why? He's not what he's trained for. He's not a lawyer. It's my job. You understand? You know, say, even as a lawyer like this, we get code of conduct where they guide us. Where we say, I suppose, and one of it is that I suppose represent my client well. You understand? If, for example, now say this man take me as a lawyer and I can't do bad case for him, or I do agreement, the agreement no cover interest. You really say if he reports me? Yes. If he reports me to MBA branch, even if it's okay, you say you know if you go Abuja, MBA branch is along the Ipopanye, you report me and they will sanction me seriously. I'll be seriously dealt with. You understand? So when you get a lawyer, my dear, I don't know how to say it. It cannot be, it's actually for your own good. It is very important. So even if the lawyer can't see everybody get what he's supposed to do, the lawyer you can do bad work. You feel report the lawyer. You report him. Do you understand? So please don't ever make any business decision. If you be saying a lawyer with your family, I know some of us not they like pay money, like not like pay big money. So you call the one way you know for your family. No problem. But just make sure that you get proper legal advice. Like that, my friend, now wait here as a paper before I come. Go for thank God the thing the agreement went well. If you had gone bad, he didn't have himself to blame because first of all, the paper you do, then by said wrong. You left out your interest without knowing. When you actually had the lawyer, you would have called because you were not patient or you couldn't wait. So for whatever reason, see, might tell you one thing. Every business negotiations can wait. It can wait because if you come to me, you can't go do in a hurry, you can't write what you're supposed to write, or you can't go sign what you're not supposed to sign. They will give you money, but once the thing, the casala burst, and that money you take, then you take fix the casala. You don't know, and that money you take fix them. So it's don't ever be in a hurry. Negotiations, consulting your lawyer, and agreements are very, very, very important. See the under. It's some of the advice that your lawyers can give to you includes agreements, contracts, deals, partnership, and MOUs. Okay, man, just agreement. When you know what agreement is now, maybe we want to do something, you write your part, I write my part. You understand? And that agreement is binding. That means that agreement, it covers both of us. You understand? Then for contracts, deals, partnership, if for example you and a person want to do business, so okay, bring my money, I bring your own. It's not just it goes beyond that. It's not just enough, okay, so you bring 20,000 naira, we 20,000 most start shoot business. It passes like that. We need an agreement that will help us regulate our relationship and how the business will be run. You understand? If for example, let me get this room. And I not tell you as if you want to enter, I tell you it's okay. No pool, I know the like shoe, maybe you wear shoe enter my house, and I not tell you, should you wear shoe enter inside? And I'm not supposed to because I not tell you. You understand? But imagine say I tell you, say, no wear shoe enter my house, so no, if you wear shoe, I think I both you and shoe, I go fling you come out because I told you from the beginning I don't like this thing. Do you understand? So that's what partnership agreement helps you to do. It will stipulate my duty as a partner. It will stipulate your own duty, what you're supposed to do. I go see where I say, okay, if you not do this thing, how I want to solve, we either resort to court matter or we negotiate among ourselves. Do you understand? If partnership, you can say, okay, so and so amount of money we go to pay staff, so and so amount of money will go to the company's savings, so and so amount of money will go to you just. Do you understand? It passes the easy man to talk. If you forget, but once you have an agreement, you can always go back. Even if it's 10 years, you can always refer to it. You understand? Then for MOUs, it means memorandum of understanding. What thing that paper they do be say, it go tell you your duties. You understand? It go tell me my duties. It's not like a contract where it is you can sue. If two of us get contract now, we write agreements, you understand? And you can't breach, I feel sue you. MOUs, you cannot necessarily use it to sue. What it is that it will stipulate your duty and my duty. Let me explain. Maybe for example now, I want to do movie, I want to produce movie. I can say, okay, this movie I want to produce. Mr. Chris job now to the supply fish for everybody. I'm going to supply fish for any cooking I want to do, anything I want to do. I think we already supply fish. That's his job. My job is to pay him. Do you understand? The MOU stipulates his duty. Go after a duty come out. Go after my own duty come out. So nobody is confused. You know, because people say, okay, what else will do? You won't say that. You just go to your MOU and look at your duties. Do you understand? So it's not like a contract where you can necessarily use it and sue someone. But however, an MOU is binding on both me and yourself. You understand? Let me explain again. You understand that? If now contract now, maybe you write for contract, you know do one. I can sue you. It's called breach of contract. Say that thing you write for that paper. The partner you do that thing when you talk for contract, you not do one at all. You understand? But MOU will only just state out your duties and my duties. Do you understand? Okay, it says deadly legal potholes small businesses fall into and how to avoid them. I explain this plenty of you. Within this thing they talk, they say, some little things, some small things where we supposed to do, what we know they do, where they put us for trouble. You understand? Some little things where you supposed to do, what we know they do, where go put you and your business at risk. More look at those so that you know how to avoid them. Now, you know where hold, they know how to jump. If you don't know where you will fall inside where. You understand? Okay, it says failing to put in writing early, no founders agreement. Now, this is just like what I spoke about a while ago. Founders agreement now when you won't start business, maybe the business don't be only you. Because if not only you they do, maybe you will see this guy they do now or they do orange. You don't need to have who they get agreement for. Agreement are between one person or between two or more persons. Only you will not figure agreement by yourself. You have to be with somebody else. So that means if you are doing a partnership or maybe a limited company, maybe the business involved not be only you one day, even another person. You need to have an agreement. This founders agreement will explain everybody's duties, everybody's obligations. And if you see failure, what we supposed to do, you take treat yourself fuck up for that, you understand? Using inadequate employment agreements, like that my friend who I talk, where instead of getting the lawyer, mojo sign like that. You don't even know what you're writing. And like I said, you can never capture, there's no way say you write paper, you go better pass one with me, will be lawyer, right? It's not possible. Because you're not trained for it. You can only just guess, okay, more use Google, more use, but it can never be like what a well-trained lawyer would do. Do you understand? And don't forget that if as a lawyer, I do an incompetent job for you, you have the right to take me up. You can report me. Do you understand? So it is very, very, very important. Any agreement at all, any business you want follow person do, any, so long as money come out of that your agreement, you must have it written down. And like I said, I can't trust you well enough to say, okay, you feel doing well. You need to get a lawyer to do it. And the way they talk and lawyer, I love when they look at me. No say to get a lawyer to do all these small agreements. No, they're expensive. Sure, no. No, they're expensive. Small money. If it's better say you give and that maybe not small 10K or 5K ask you, better say you give and that money than you can't say, okay, just do one papa, just just do one papa, just do one like that. You can't like that, you can't and Casala combos and you find out that okay, the document is incomplete and then your interest is not captured and the matter go court. Now you will lose because what you're supposed to do, you don't do it. So every decision you take, you must be able to protect the interest of your company and yourself as an individual in every agreement that you prepare. You understand? I want to be say if lawyers say that agreement for you, not just say because I'm a lawyer, so long as you can read, be able to still go through, at least understand what they put your hand put. You say once a lot of money enter matter, they don't person brain. Don't be quick to just put your hand. Say oh God, your sign. Or say no, unless I be saying can't complete to just complete. Don't be quick. Always understand. If you're not able to read it, get your lawyer, get someone who can read and explain to you. Even your lawyer writes for you, Oga, still go through it. At least understand, just shows that you know what you're doing. Do you understand? Just go through it and understand. Say, just understand, okay, this is why they do so. This is what it's about. If they ask you, you can explain without having to go to that book. Do you understand? Failing to implement reasonable, restrictive covenants, non-disclosure, non-compete, and non-solicit agreements. Okay, now, this basically applies to people who would employ labor. You understand? I mean, what I mean, we say this part of this agreement now, it's applicable to persons who will employ or that way you get workers who will work for you. You understand? This agreement, you apply to all those, now those workers, it will protect your interest from those workers. Let me give an example. These non-disclosure agreements, if, for example, you and two person, maybe you and too often for you, and if you just agree, okay, more do one business, what you supposed to do? That if you write non-disclosure agreements, it means that you are telling yourself, so this will want to do so. The details of this thing, not all can come out. Do you understand? Do you get? If I want to, maybe I want to supply those state governments some shoes, and me as a person, I know sabi do shoe, but I know say my oga for here they do shoe. I hope you understand that most times not only you go start the business finish am, you can partner with another person. It's business wisdom. Now, if I know say that me get contract abi, but I know they do shoe, now they do in and shoemaker they do shoe. It's normal that we partner together. Do you understand? Then that non-disclosure agreement will close my mouth and close his mouth. You know, the most important is that they give me contract, I contract and give you give me shoe, I deliver shoe, everybody's happy. I collect my money, you collect money, all of us go out. Do you understand? So, but you not come shake you can't dance, so but your mouth can't catch you. You can't go talk and reach maybe any of the government officials, they come find out and say, no, me do the shoe. You understand? So maybe next instead of giving the contract, they come find you, say, I don't believe and do show. Now one Mr. Chris do shoe, they come find out, they can't give them their words. You don't come off from my mouth, I'm not go there happy with you. You understand? So now the social argument protect you go close your mouth. That's when you're supposed to talk. You know, let you talk. Even if you say you want maybe small, you want just do small, but you want just do small, but if you remember, say, I get agreement when I write with us, make I no talk. Wait till me and this person do. You close your mouth. And if you even look at what's the concern for inside, you won't be saying you don't do shoe. Shebi, I give you money, you collect money, I deliver shoe. All of us are happy. Do you understand? So please, non-disclosure agreement is very important. That one, like I said, you only write it when you're employing somebody. You know what make the person talk, waiting, una do come out. You understand? When I mean talk, not going to think about it like say maybe you be secret court or you have to do that no concern person. I'm talking about normal business transactions that you do not want the details to go outside. Do you understand? Now, for non-compete, it means say, if for example, now me and this Oga, I think they do fish now. They work for them. That non-compete, if you give me that non-compete agreement to sign, it means say I not go start another fish business. I cannot just take the word competition from that not competing. It means say I not go fit go start another business when they do. Maybe there's stuff also called the drag body for the market. You understand? And whereas now in hand I for learn now. You understand? Should not so they see other kind of people where maybe say you don't experience Abi exactly. You don't maybe don't learn for you for like 2 days. You all can say, oh God, no vessel. I don't learn to do well. So you all do jack, you all waste. So you don't open. Then you can't even be passed. We don't go. We don't go remember you say we forget say you don't lost. You understand? If you have such sensitive business and you know one say okay, maybe the person can go there, maybe if you come out for where you did, maybe you can go tell your partner, maybe as you do fish, and you can tell this person say, see that fish, know where that got my the Swiss. Now tell you come in the put ginger and garlic. Do you understand? If you give me that agreement, I have no right to breach. Even if you are breach and you are sure that okay, that thing where I tell you, there's no way this person will tell no unless a person will not follow you day. Then I tell them, you know it's me, you can sue me. Do you understand? Do we get it clear? Is it clear? We understand, Abi? I can continue. We should also understand. Okay, then the non-solicit agreement. It means say solicit now to go beg something. If, for example, now, maybe I fair work for this my Oga for a year. I work for them for like 5 years. I can't tell and say, Oga, I'm go start my Oga beg, I want move or maybe we'll go call it, say I don't want to do again. That non-solicit agreement, no way to stop. It stops me from going to thief or customers. I can't use them for myself. You understand? If, for example, if I follow this my daddy here, I feel work follow one, I can't come out for some reason. If he give me that non-solicit agreement, all his clients, maybe where I know the time they work for, I know saying that they clients. I have no right to go and meet them. They say, "Oga, I don't open business. I'm my own cheapest, my own cheapest. I have no right to do that. If I do it, you can sue me. You understand? You can sue me. And more look at anyhow. Is this not for this argument? Now, bad having a good thing. Very good. You know, some of us get bad behavior in Nigeria. You thief your customer, you move. You don't move, but you don't want to build your own from the scratch. It's a difference if the person tell you say, if I don't see organs and some organs will go to their client say, you see this is my boy and my hand for them and a good person walk from. No, that's like I said before. It's not better than say you carry person customer, you don't thief. I know say thief, something the ways they pursue you, they go. You never even when they run, they go. You're not to pursue you, only when they run, they go. But it's always better when you meet the person and the person you say, okay, this my customer, go meet and tell them they give you work. It's better. You understand? So if you know, so you get all those employees or you know, say the fictive person, the fictive your customers, the you move with your customers, you make them sign this kind of agreements. You understand, Abi? So if you look all of these agreements, it's not your interest. You have no reason not to do it. And like I said, don't go think say, if you look the name as you're big like this, no compete, no solicit. Let me say the money go big. Most times, if I'm not lawyer way, you know, people do it for you free. Do you understand? The most important is that it has legal backing and you know that you are safe. You understand, Abi? Failing to pay employees on time or at all. All of us now they complain for these things for this country. Even when they complain, say, but they prepare us. That's why most of us like this Obaseki government because by 26 like this, all of us don't get a lot. Civil servants. Oh, they a power day. By 26 like this, all of us don't collect a lot, don't enter. You they plan for the next 26, and that kind of thing they sweet. Man, they say month never, you don't collect the thing. You understand? So that kind of thing, make sure so you don't do another person. If you eventually get people where they work for you, pay them on time. You understand? Because there's what you call labor law and its principles. Labor law protects the interest of employees from bad employers. You understand? If you any employee they work for the person, you know some guy you're wicked. Don't say money no the way, but they don't like to hold the money. The one hold inside the following month. You understand? That thing is very bad. It's not good at all. The way Obaseki allowed the entire own banker, like a parcel or what they need to let your own money into your own employees account like that. Oh, that all of us will be happy now. Imagine there's not you are happy, I'm not happy. It's not good. All these boys that are stealing on Jonah because they alert my that's what they are stealing. That's what they are stealing. But imagine say alert they won't steal. I'm safe. If as much people leave our door, we go sleep, no fear. But now you fit try them with all those our upper brothers. You know, fit try them now. Open door like this. You know what to expect. So it's good because if you get an employer, maybe I tell me say okay, resume by 8 o'clock, you close by 9. I am doing my job diligently, and you can't owe me 1 month, you not pay, 2 months, you not pay, 3 months on my day, 4 months on my day. I feel report you, I can sue you. And the labor law that protects my interest from you would act on my behalf. You understand? So it's good. Make sure say, tell your neighbor say, get there. Make sure say your employee alert the day. Failing to protect intellectual property. Now, first of all, what is intellectual property? All of us know what property mean, Abi. Know what the word property mean. It means na your something, your shoe, your hand. When you say intellectual, anything, anyway you hear intellectual, that word mean something that comes from your brain, creative. Thank you. We of course we know these things. You understand? Something that you create from your mind. If, for example, now I just sit down and say, okay, I want to write a book that can teach you how to dress properly. It's my intellectual property. It came from my idea. I know carry your book different. It came from my idea. And the law is so good that it protects every of your intellectual property. Any idea will come out from your head, anything you invent, the law protects it. You understand? Now, for example, let's look at that copyright. What does copyright mean? Like it means copyrightly. If you want to use my work where I create from my head, copyrightly. It's just as simple. It's as simple as you asking for my permission. If, for example, I can't write one book tomorrow, how to season your fish by myself, and this guy where they do fish, you don't read and say, if I impute this thing, it will make sense. So you can't go carry everything by right, or most of the things you can't your hand. See your guy to do the hand, you just copy. You without acknowledging me, that's the word. You know, we're going to say, okay, this is so and so. You don't write, okay, as part of the sources, you don't write my name. You write like now you, like creator, only creator for only making. You're just thief. You're thief, and by that I can sue you for intellectual theft. It means that you don't thief what I use my brain to create. But like I said, there's always a way out of it. If as I write the book finish, or go and copy, it's very simple. Even if you copy, just write my name there. Sources, put my name, or better see you ask for a written permission, I will give it to you. You know they had. You understand? Then for patents, trademarks, and secrets. Patents now, if maybe you get invention, maybe for example, now you don't see some of all these where they invent things. You get one of my small picking, he invents he use enough wood. I'm not said one, enough wood, he put battery, the thing called the show like I'm not said one. If they can picking don't invent something, maybe it now becomes something, okay, maybe for example, now these cars where they say they use gas. Maybe now Oga for you, not just invent them. No, I don't use Oga, I don't give plenty, but my God, that person. Maybe now this Oga for you, now invent car where they use gas now. You understand? It's not something I can just carry and go and duplicate. Do you get? I must get his written permission. It's very important. If not, you can sue me. And then trademarks. Trademarks simply talks about all those special symbol, color, logo, where we say once we see and we go no say now this person own. You understand? This. Thank you. You know, the same thing way it be say where you see stress Carol. Best way where am I go be okay. Now this person I get this business. That is what trademarks are for us. CAC will register the name for you. You understand? Federal Ministry of Investments would register your logo, your symbols, and your all these special colors. Do you understand? CAC will keep your name for you. If for example now, if you see lemon butterfly, which telecommunication be that one? Now mobile, it's salad. That they don't change, they see they change themselves. You understand? That's just an example. Like you said, blue looks like you can't see blue elephants for inside. Who gets them? All of us losing our first bank. Naturally, your mind will go there. So CSC will protect your name. Then if you can't get special logo, special color, special symbol, now this part now go protect that one for you. If for example now say tomorrow I just wake up and say okay, I want body don't cash me, I want do company, I can't go use First Bank logo. If you should say give them 1 week before you receive letter first, before you warn you, make you arrange. If you not arrange, they sue you. Do you understand? So you can, when you have, it's not just enough for you to have a name. If you know say okay, this logo is important to me, or this symbol, I know say my business will grow for future, and I want it to be known for only me. It's just simple. Get it registered. Federal Ministry of Investment. I'll write it for you. Or can I just write it now? Federal Ministry of Investment. They have it in Abuja, in all states. Even if just like CAC, you know, so if you search, maybe you want to use name now, you go CAC, you search for the name. You can also go to this ministry and tell them, see the logo one use elephants, blue elephants. The content is no, not using a First Bank go for using before. You can also go there and conduct a search. Do you understand? The same way you can search and say, okay, is this name available? You can also go to these people and they'll search for a symbol for you and be sure that okay, this symbol has not been taken. It's only you can use it. Do you understand? And then trade secrets. Okay, the way trade secret works is if as an employee now, maybe I dey work follow this my oga for here, and maybe okay, mostly this oga wey dey do fish, I dey work for like him dey do fish, and I have learned over time how into they do fish wey they sweet. You understand? I don't have any right to go and tell maybe this oga to see they do fish. I can't go tell and say the way this oga they do this, since they do one. Do you understand? I have no right to do that. If I do that, you can sue me. If you give me a trade secret agreement, you are telling me not to share the details of that thing out. Now, let me tell you why this is different from a non-solicit or a non-compete agreement. The difference is that in this trade secret, it has to be that it is of commercial value. You understand? It has to be that means that secret, so they give you money. You understand? You know, if you tell me, say, okay, you went to maybe I work follow you. You can't come to say, I go tell my neighbor how you take the talking your clothes. If you talking, not talking, there be money come out. You understand? It has to be something that has commercial value. You understand? Maybe the way they do your fish, that make you they say pass me where they do my fish like that. If I now go and tell another person, you understand? If that person can't employ, if that person can't do that thing where they make you fish, I call it do. Show them my fish, you can't buy. I've just taken food away from him, and you have the right to sue me. Do you understand? So that's the difference between trade secrets, non-compete, and non-solicit agreements. Are we good on that? Say we don't understand. We never tire, we don't tire. Never tire. My rather be okay. It's all right. Not protecting the customer data on your website. Okay, naturally, some of us if we start business and want to put websites, say websites is not in a very good thing. Why you get not be able to feel work on your business, come knock and say, Coco, how much for this shoe? Some of us, if I live in another state, the only way I can easily access this man's business, unless maybe say I want travel, come meet him. If I know say I don't want travel, I could just go carry my follow us get phone now. Something stress caro. The website, every single year come out. You understand? I go see what I like, what I want buy. I go see I want to engage them for business. You understand? But if you don't get a website, there's no way I can do that. But one of the pitfalls of this website, we say, you know, some website, if you want to buy something, you got to put your name, put your card, and put all of those details. You must be able to do it in such a way that get the service of persons who are good at it. So protect the details of your customers. You know, say this they hack bank where they go hack person account, they go collect the money. If you get websites, maybe say people they buy things, they put bank account, they put card, they put password, and you don't protect, you don't get people will submit that they're not doing for you. Like you by yourself, and then they're not able to protect my card details. If I buy something from you, and then the next day I can say, okay, money dollars, the country and say now because of where I buy something, it's very easy for me to sue you because what you should have done, you did not do it. It's called negligence. Do you understand? So eventually, if you own the website, that's why it's good to always some of these things. Is not a very good way. Get professionals who can do this thing for you. If it costs you money, but once you don't do that thing forever on your own, nobody will for your hand. You understand? Get professionals who can do these things and do it well for you. So if I buy something for you and now I put my card, I put everything, or I put my address, next thing, tip on my house for the bag my account. Now you are go find out because now your website was the last place I supplied those details. Okay, you get a question. Okay, but if you just write something, if you finish, I will just take all the question once, Abi. Show if you write something, if you don't forget. You write some, Abi. Thank you. Filing too many lawsuits. You know, some of us believe say this country, if you get law case, it means say you be rich man. Some of us believe that thing. Say August na when I get that mindset. You see, if you get plenty lawsuits, okay, see this man, he try me that day now. Or some of us now police they use the boat. See that man, I get case for we call. He try me now, swan. You see that guy? So many here, swan here. This one I have something now, swan for slander. Then when I saw you they get case up and down. Don't be fool though, don't the papers put. Because if you like it or not, you go now your way they go court every day. You go to the court appearance, you they pay us money. If I want fair paper and not do anything, you will still pay. So you owe your money, they go. So having too many losses as a business is not good for you. As much as possible. That is why you should be very diligent. It's called your due diligence. That's what you know you're supposed to do. We're not going to put you for trouble or put you for katakata. Do one. Because if you're not doing this way to get you to, you'll get plenty cases. Maybe NAFDAC first will come for you. Say they do products, you don't get NAFDAC number. You don't want to come for you, say, you do website to, protect my interest. From that website, I see anybody can, my card details were revealed, my address that I put there, everything was revealed. And because of this, see what happened to me. You don't want to come say, see, and so. You understand? Having too many lawsuits, if me as an investor, and maybe I want to invest in your business, and I just by mistakenly ask 1 or 2 persons, I can't say, no, say that man, leave out. You get cases everywhere, you get for health calls, you get federal court, you get plenty cases. It's just you be told, I go carry money straight, I move, go another person. Before even you to go carry me, go sue me. Because the person you to go sue me. So having too many law cases, I'm not saying that as a business, there might be times where you will have good reasons to take someone to court. If, for example, now say I follow you do business, you can't cheat me, you receive my money, I think I go court, that will be bad thing. But the problem is having plenty, don't get plenty cases everywhere. It's not good because the time when you even tell your business, you already appear for court because you need to show your presence. You understand? So I'm saying that when you can have good reasons to take someone to court, but ordinarily, as long as it's within your power, avoid having too many lawsuits. It's not good for your business. It shows that something is wrong somewhere. There's no way as an investor, I just open eye, see that you will get like 10 cases. It will tell me that it means something is wrong somewhere. So I will not want to invest with you. So as much as possible, when you register your business, you do all of these things we have discussed and talked about. You see that your business will be good to go. If I want, even if you say when I be 20, where they do that same thing, and I see all of this structure we not discuss, say you get them. I want you to teach you as it's you I want to work. But I know that okay, my money or whatever I give to you is safe. Even if I give you work, I go do just okay. If I give and work, because of that name and integrity, that name will get to protect, go deliver my job well. You understand, Abby? Bonus pothole to avoid. Non-remittance of taxes, especially payroll and sales tax. This is we already talked about this. That paying tax is very, very, very important. I was going through taxpayers, some of their matters recently, and I see one of the penalties they get now. Instead of just taking you to court and say, okay, there was the time when they took the video, say no, they pay tax, carry and go court. Instead of just taking you to court, not they follow your argument. You say, okay, since January 2019 to December 2020, you never pay tax. Mostly now 1,000 naira, let's say 24K. They'll say, okay, instead of 24K, you're supposed to no pay. Let's multiply it by 10. That's how much? 240,000. We're going to take two better things, joke and come out. So it's not better that you just do the things as when you are supposed to do it. It's better. It's always safer. You know, say this country, some of us want to get safe our government like that. We see them finish, not be taxed, forget it. But I believe that in this world we have patriotic Nigerians. Am I right? We get Nigerians who are law abiding. I believe that we have Nigerians in this world who are law abiding. I believe that we have business owners here who are law abiding, who will pay their taxes. Thank you. Okay, so let's hear the questions. Go ahead, sir. Here.
Get enough voice. First, let me appreciate your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
It was quite detailed and very clear.
Thank you, sir.
On the issue of business registration,
okay.
I want to ask this question for my friend.
Okay.
You know, you talk about business name and company where they limited. I want to ask, is it possible if, for instance, say I register business name now, I just business name and I do the business, na small business, but over time the business can grow, can expand.
Yes. I
feel change out to become limited, or I will do new registration for that status, for that new status. That's the first question. The second question is the issue of tax. Me, I like to pay tax. And you don't encourage us now, say,
to pay tax.
We pay tax.
Yes.
And I like the kind of encouragement you give us.
Yes.
But government not they encourage us. Like the other day, I said, okay, I want to pay tax. I be a farmer. How much I want to pay? The kind of people that tear for me. I don't feel pay that kind of money. You know? So I don't know. I will be lawyer. You know what you go the kind of advice you want to tell government. Because me, I believe say if the money small, we say everybody will pay. Nobody will like not to pay. But because say if somebody want to pay the tax, the kind of money when they go tear give am, the person go wrong. And government that they said they don't say they don't fit pursue everybody. It don't be like those days. You know, because when I grow, my father tell me those days when they say they pursue people. People go to sleep for themselves, they don't they come house. You go wait for people tire for entire village, you don't see anybody. So I don't know what government will feel, what I will fit to advice when I fit the government. May they put the money so that people when they say petty things, they even they happy to pay the tax. Like when I go do my vehicle paper renewal that day, I just go and finish. I give them my ATM card. They just put the money. Before thing, next thing I just see a lot. I say I like this one because the money don't enter government account. If I dey drive for government road, we say government don't try. My money go district me. You know that kind of thing. But you get some other place where we say the kind of money when they tell them they pay. The money you get as a pay. Then my two other questions, no vessel. Make you tell us the difference. You know, you talk about this tax issue. We get federal inland revenue service.
And we get state.
We still get state inland revenue service.
Yes.
I don't know. For me, if I want to pay tax, I would like to pay out to my state so that I make the state government they get money. If we can't do registration of business name, I don't say CAC na federal. If I want to pay now, because somebody tell us yesterday for let's just say every year we like now 1,000. Now they pay for that whether I renew, I don't know what they call it. And if you want to pay this tax, now FROIS will go and be in those states, and we will go the two because the issue of double taxation, another wahala. You know, because most people when they sell for market, for instance, you will see already will come today, you can't collect.
Not true.
Another one will come, you can't collect. Another one will come, you can't collect. Double taxation, the thing, not the important people.
Not true.
Then my fourth and final question, that the issue of MOU where you talk. I get some information from Azura when they start. No government say they go acquire land, they go pay compensation. At the end of the day, government fail. Government not pay any compensation. The money when they go pay say nice, chicken money. But Azura now, that time I called the house and say, how when I can't do the matter? And they say, because we don't say we will need this government later. We know if we just say make we cancel everything as you talk, they not go court. They not carry government go court say government will not do anything. But for paddy business, one business, yes, I don't feel carry the person go court. But if na me can suffer the matter, but I will fit to protect myself so that MOU no begin put me for wahala.
Oh, wahala.
I will fit to protect myself. Especially if I come look and say that kind of person, I'm not going waiting I will get from her tomorrow. But as I look and say they'll get something else from government, like what we just enjoy now. They look and say we will get something else from government. That's why they not just bother saying even though government not will pay adequate compensation. Well, look we manage them without that area because for ordinary civilian like us, conversations. If I know say I don't feel get anything from her and I don't feel go court. Not me go so far. I would like to start another MOU with another person, so I will fit some of those ones.
Okay, let me start from the first one. If say maybe you start business name or even limited like this, and then you want maybe the business come big because you can want to sell shares or want to increase them, definitely you can transfer. You understand? You convert it from a business name. It's just that now lawyer work. As you see, this lawyer, people cannot do without us. People need us in this country. So they give us respect. Don't mind me. When you give us respect, you understand? So it's a lawyer's job. It's just by a simple application. Do you understand? You don't be saying you know go fit do one more, but you know now, place where they go every day. I come meet and say, you go answer me, you know, you can't know how things they be for this country. You go answer me fast. So a lawyer will be able to give you proper advice. Like a lawyer can easily do it for you. But definitely, yes, you can convert your business from one business entity to another and you keep progressing. Yes, the law provides for that. See, a scammer actually provides so that you convert your business. Okay, then the second, you know, your question, please. I better remind me the second one. Okay, the thing is, it's called federal inland revenue. You know, say the federal government, you get states, you get grassroots. You understand? Federal, now the federal body. Do you understand? States, even though you see CFIRS, is state internal revenue. Do you understand? So that means you don't get to pay two tax. Now federal might be the big name for everybody. You understand? Just like Azura Nana, the big name, but we can't get different people for under, like Mr. Chris, Mr. Do you understand? So it's not like you are paying to two different bodies. You are paying to your state government. You understand? Exactly. And like I said, don't forget, say federal government, they give allocation, they will give you budgets for this state. And from this tax, they gather around. And even the states, there are some things where federal government no can't do for you. Maybe they want to fix your road now. You understand? And from that tax, they go down. So your tax won't go to them. It goes to your state government. You understand? So it's not like it's double taxation. That's just the name. Is it clear? It's clear. You understand that? as far as you have the documents. Yes, and you have your receipts.
Just like two different offices.
No,
but they serve the same purpose.
Exactly, because this is state. You understand? Exactly. And you were saying that CAC and no, CAC now federal government entity, but for easy accessibility, now we get businesses like now we get CAC for every state. Imagine say you want to register company, now you pay your bus, so you fly go out, but you no go good like that. Now make our get them for different states. That is the same thing. We have the tax collection body in every state for easy access by Nigerians. Okay.
Suppose I have a business in Edo State. I pay to Board of Internal Revenue State. And as the business continue to grow, I can't get something when it carry me go on those states. The tax when I pay for Edo, you go help me for them.
Okay. Don't be say the business don't do when I do state now.
No, business, but I can't get contract for all those states.
And you need your tax.
They say they need declarance.
Yes. No, you don't need to have. That's why I said now this FIRS is the big, the papa. The rest of them are the small. You understand? It's just like your first son now. You send a go as I can't tell you say, Daddy, Mr. Okay, your name, Eric. Mr. Eric said me can give you, and you know saying that my papa. Will you question my identity? No, you would not. So if FIRS is the big body, the states, they are all in the FIRS. If for any reason you need to produce your tax clearance certificate, it's acceptable anywhere in Nigeria, so long as it has that their stamp and their receipts. You understand? That's acceptable anywhere. You don't need to go to Ogun State. You want to pay? No. That's not how it's done. The law is not. Law is your friend. It's not wicked. It's acceptable everywhere. Okay, sorry. Your other question.
The issue of MOU.
MOUs. Okay, like I said, MOU is not. It's binding, just that it's not something you not be argument where you feel where you use take carry person go courts. It just states everybody's duties. You understand? Like this hall now, maybe we want clean this hall. We say okay, in the morning, Mr. Eric now go dust window. In the afternoon, Mr. Chris now go sweep ground. That is just it just stipulates everybody's duties basically. So more you all know. So if for example confusion come they say okay, I better go, we can't go court. Maybe something happen, so people can't go court. They can't say, hey, maybe the management of this hall now. They can't say okay, no, they use them. They can't go, all of us go court. Mr. Chris Victor say, if they don't sweep ground, not be me. Now Mr. Eric, let's go sweep ground. My own job was just to clean windows. So MOU is basically just the money for the understanding. It just states out to you the party's responsibility. That's what it does. But if you want a document that if you default, I can use that document against you to sue you. They are contracts. Contracts are binding. Contracts and agreement. They are called binding contracts and agreements. Do you understand? Well-written contracts. Some of them they buy land now. They don't give you a deed of assignment, contract of sale. Those are documents that you can take to any court and to be recognized. Do you understand? So for if you know say you want, maybe you want to protect your interest, you don't want maybe you not trust people, if you see some specific going, if you never say you not trust them, at least you just protect for eventually to protect your interest, or maybe your children will go into the business after you. Just do a contract. A contract is, and you can register it in court. And even if it's in 20 years time, it can be referred to, so long as that document is there and is original. Do you understand? It can be referred to. So if you want to do business and you feel okay, maybe na me and my friend, you trust me, now you do MOU. Maybe the person they fear say, I don't know if you do agreement. No, so for example, they fear agreement for this country. But if you want to go court, okay, let's do MOU. And MOU is it's more friendly and it's simpler. We do MOU. Just know that if anything goes wrong, the only point where that document will be useful is to just say that okay, this was my job and this was this person's job. But to say okay, this person default and you assume that person on the premise of that, the law doesn't accept that. If you know that you need a document where, okay, if the person default, you can sue the person, okay, we'll do this thing, you not do one. This is where you default, you sue the person. Just go for a contract. Do you understand? Now, I don't answer your question. Anyone day where I live. It's all complete, Abi. Okay. Sorry, sir, you asked first. Okay, at the come, sorry. Well done, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes. Yes. Okay. The question suits me well. It suits me.
Let me say something.
I like that Baba question. They make all of us laugh.
That question is fine.
Very sweet question.
I want to just show you something. One thing about technology, because now in time it is so. What technology does is that it amplifies whatever you are doing.
You understand? That's what technology does. Just type Babatunde Lawal. Where you're going to do now? Just tap. Let's see the people that will come out. Go to pictures. Go to images. Scroll up. There's somebody I want to show us. Scroll up. Like Coco and your own different. Okay, still go up. I'm not saying it. Yeah. Okay, no. It's a young couple, same. Just click it. I don't know how can I get more. I need more information about him. Okay, right Babatunde Lawal. Space BHL. BHL, that's his name. BHL. Okay, click this. Let's read about him. This same boy, this was the first young man I worked with in my working with small businesses. This guy was a graduate from Uniben, a trained agricultural economist and serial entrepreneur with over 6 years experience in business of food and agriculture. He was leaving school like this. When we help him to put together a business plan, what does he do with the business plan? The fry garden. The fry garden, because he studied agricultural and economic extension in Uniben. As we were planning the business plan, we now ask ourselves, what will make your garden different from the regular one in the market? Of course, with the sense of what he learned in school, we decided, okay, we will fortify your garden with some vitamins. Because you know, so we say it's also carbohydrate, which is lack of some nutrients. So fortify your garden with some nutrients. So the guy submitted that application to the Edojobs Foundation before he went to service. So they processed it that year, 2016. When this guy was coming back from service, so the Edojobs gave him $5,000 to explore that business idea. As he was coming back, federal government of Nigeria gave him 12 million naira to do what? To fry garden. You see, that was because he put it in the public domain. If you go back to that, no, just go back to that first set where you have it. So that he was here when this Tony that gave me $5,000. They came to Delta State to showcase them. This is where Tony organization wrote about him. There's a place where he was also with the vice president. Just go up. This is them in Delta State. There's a particular place he was with the vice president. Go up. Okay, that might not be available here. You know, where vice president and his group gave him 12 million. What does he do that is different from where I do? Social media, internet, websites. When Tony Edojobs Foundation wrote about it, people were calling him from other African countries. Because of him now, you can go to some supermarket and buy garlic already packaged. You understand? So what the social media, internet will do for us, it takes what you are already doing and blow it. You go add sugar, add granite, add everything journal, so that everybody will say, wow. And meanwhile, you know, says yesterday, the next class we talk about what you can do with social media. Somebody talked yesterday, said sometimes because of customer service, this person will say something, but somebody will enter not to go buy the thing for another place because of customer service. So the internet gives you the opportunity to do more for people. So that's just that.
Yes, your question is right.
Your question is very right.
Yes.
If you don't ask, we will not be talking about this.
Okay. Let me just add to that, right? Imagine, say, you know, this thing now, if you see am for maybe YouTube, Instagram, this video later, and I can't hear about this, maybe person will come here say, I don't talk about this guy where they do fish things. How the person want to know? If you have internet presence, it's very easy. I can't go there, I could go see, okay, I can go find the person, or like, even this name they mention now. Imagine say one day about this name, we'll go find it. We're not go find a young man, but see now, you just put on our computer, it just come out. Do you understand? So it's always good that you have your presence on social media. If you want to buy something, don't be every place now. I can't go your village, can't go buy Gary. Imagine say a guy you ask that question, say you get that your Gary now you can't package them. The problem you say some of us, you know, say if you want to do business, your mind is just on the immediate profit. But if you think and say, okay, this business fit big past me tomorrow, my generations fit, my children fit carry this business, you can't become worldwide Gary company like that guy. Okay, you don't like that kind of thing. Imagine I saw your business be, and I can't day abroad tomorrow, and I say, okay, I want Gary. I'll come buy tickets, they come buy Gary. I'll just go to your website, I'll order, I'll get logistics company that will carry it and send it to me. It's just that simple. The money say I come, the money I say buy tickets, come your village or come where you come back. I go buy Gary for what abroad. Even if you know good, I manage them. So if you manage, no, carry the keep I go manage them. But imagine you have online presence. It's very easy for me to find you anywhere. So all of us will do, all of us will do salon, different business, all of us, I'm talking to everybody. Don't not inside this business, not just my your start, my they go and more they carry body, and so don't think like that, because the business can become bigger than you in future. You understand? If you see your children going here, they talk and say, this business partly for this family, did us well. Imagine say God forbid, I say that go to die. Don't be say God for everybody go die. Imagine say that go to die now tomorrow. See your children go suffer. Now so it start to not be say just wake up, just become that good. That as your business this your guy. Now so it start small. Then it grow. So think that your business will become really, really big and bigger than you, and you get government recognition. So you believe that kind of thing. That's why you must put structure, proper structure in your business. Another question, sir. Sorry, sir. Okay, Oga, please. Sorry, he asked first. I'm so sorry.
Thank you very much for the lecture.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to Azura for this opportunity. I got some quick questions for you. Number one, this tax we talk. You get some persons now, you start small company, and you actually don't know about this taxation. You register and you only get good information as regarding the tax you need to pay. So how you take measure the tax you want to pay? Maybe you start, you pay rent, you do this, then job will come like that. You know, so I know they get contract like that. The month end you will pay tax. How you take measure the tax? So they fix. That's number one question. Then number two, you talked about getting the services of a legal advisor.
Practitioner, yes.
I want to know, what does it entail to get the service of a legal advisor? For example, now my small business photography. Okay, I want to get legal advisor. I never did still. How much it will cost me to take it? But if you be say that when I get problem, I will call you. Say, Mr. Lillian, I get problem. Go and advise my company. I can't do this thing. How will you go about it? Then this tax, as we talk about federal revenue. You know, I guess they talk about this TIN number, tax classification number. How you want to get them? Is it when you register the company now, the company will make that TIN available, or you have to go to land of internal revenue to get that? Then I think the other question.
Yes, if I need to remember, I'll ask.
The other question is, so with this sue, the lawyer, maybe you work for me now. I'm not satisfied with what you do. Now, you know, say lawyer on a case, they very, very technical. You can report it. You also use the word sue. Yes, you can also sue your lawyer. But lawyer say, come do work for me. You do the work, you don't talk. But I'm not dissatisfied, and I can't see you do. You're confident with it. How do I go about suing when there's no written document as regarding, are you write a document and you sign? How do I sue?
Okay, let me start with the first question, right? Talking about taxation. When I started, when I was talking about tax, if they fix, I say, okay, this business, 100K you give us every month. Do you understand? There are principles and formulas. For example, this organaway business, maybe profit rate for like 1 month and 20 million, and your own at 20K. Both of you cannot pay the same thing. Do you understand? That's why it's good. Most times, what we see is that they'll come your office, come tell you, say, "Oh God, we are taxpayers, so we are from FRS. Do you pay tax?" Which is not which is not necessary. Do you understand? But what you're supposed to be saying, if once you open business like this, you can even walk to their office. That's why I started by saying, I believe all of us say we are patriotic and law-abiding Nigerians. You by yourself, you carry your 2 legs. They never said before. You go their office. I just started a business. They will come and check it. Do you understand? Cost and tell you, okay, this is what you're going to be paying as tax. Do you understand? And if for any reason you feel like, okay, it's exorbitant, there's a structure where you can report to. Do you understand? Within the same FRS structure. Do you understand? So it's not like you will get 20 million, you will get 20K. All of you are paying the same thing. That's not the case. You're not based on what you they get. That's why it's tax. It's based on what you get as profits. Do you understand? So your next question. Just talk the one line. I remember. How do you get one? Okay. Some of us, we are fortunate to have lawyers in our family. You understand? Maybe you get pikin will be lawyer, or you get auntie or nephew or cousin. You see the problem with that kind of thing, that me now. Nobody say I don't like Camu, but the problem most times is, you know, say if you person where you know one pair. You understand? You first and say, Sakwaman, the agreement in you just write it for me and you just move. Do you understand? But in as much as you might have family members who are lawyers, you understand, that also gives you better access. But it's just advisable, you understand. If at least you give them money, but let go the Swiss, I ain't go right and way, you understand. Or like I say, just say, well, I'm not saying no right, you're the talk an example low, but it's always advisable that okay, you pay them. Do you understand? So lawyer know they had is you have friends that are lawyers, you understand. So I've even seen people who don't work in court like they found one agreements. If you go court, 80% of the persons you see in court are lawyers. You can approach any one of them. If you are scared, Mr. Sai is there. I'm sure even Azura, they have contacts of lawyers. They can give it to you. So they don't be boy. You don't need to fee form. They're everywhere. Lawyers are plenty.
It's not just signing agreements. You see
a constant advisor.
Yes, advisor.
Okay.
Not just like to be this one to
tomorrow different persons.
Now to be their legal advisor to the company in a small company just a group. In case I get any matter at all,
I'll be the one to advise you.
So
okay.
Am I going to put this on the salary or
okay.
only when you render services?
Okay. Okay, there's what you call, just the same way you have family doctors. This is like your business lawyer, right? There's what you call retainership. You understand? Retainership, we say they pay the person for what thing they do. There are some lawyers who will say, okay, you pay me from what the service I render to you per time. That's when I will say, okay, at the end of the year, this is what you pay. Do you understand? And don't be afraid. That's why, please don't be scared. The fact that small business, you understand? There's no way that a sensible lawyer can't tell you, maybe, okay, say, maybe I write agreements for you, can't sell you 1 million. They're just little money that saves you a lot of stress. Do you understand? So you just approach somebody, have a conversation, discuss, okay, or guy want me, or and say, I want you to be my lawyer. The person will say, okay, you go agree on waiting to give it. It's okay. For every business where I give you, everything I do for you, you pay me per time. Or if you agree, it's okay, for everything I do for you, give me so and so amount. Or say, okay, at the end of the year, do this for me. If at the end of the year, based on the services you register, maybe you will supply fish, give me so and so, that will be my payments. Do you understand? Just meet the person and have a discussion, negotiation. So it's not a difficult or complicated thing. Okay, if you want to, like if a lawyer doesn't represent you well, okay. If I have to bring that in because some people have the idea. I have to say that because I don't want us to have the impression that everybody's above the law. Even the lawyer is not above the law. Do you understand? That's why I have to give you that understanding that if, for example, I do something for you and at the end of the day, now goes AWire and it doesn't go well, I expect me as a lawyer, the lawyer to have represented you properly. We have a body called Nigerian Bar Association. We have it in every state. You will need to report. You can just walk into the office. You meet somebody. You report. They will need to investigate. So if it's something that I will be disciplined within a professional body, do you understand? The Bar Association. Or if it's something that I need to be sued for, they will take it up. They will know. But in every case, they will need to do an investigation. So you need to just walk in and report and say, okay, see this lawyer. I consider him to represent me in this matter. The lawyer collect money and not send for court one day. Do you understand? Maybe you pay lawyer to every day court, the other person court, the lawyer will come. They'll ask you as a lawyer, say my lawyer paid, did not come. And not be say no pay, you don't pay, finish. It's different if it's not pay lawyer, if you don't pay, some lawyers will not come. Maybe say you don't pay and don't agree. The court they will come, you know, go see lawyer. Okay. In a proper law firm structure, if you meet me and tell me say I want to do job for you, I will give you a form to fill. Do you understand? If you want a copy, I can give it to you. For like most big firms that you see, unless maybe you want to meet all those one where they do affidavit for road. Now you sabi, not saying you down. Now you call and charge and no me talk. Now you talk. You understand? If you meet all those lawyers, we get proper structure. Once you enter like this for consultation, you must definitely you fill a form. So you can tell them when you finish, okay, I want to have a copy of it. They'll give you their bill of charges. It's like their receipts for what they want to do for you. If you don't finish, they'll show you so you pay. You can ask for a copy. At least once the letterhead there, you can't say okay now Lilia and Lilia and Co. Law firm, you see the court, see everything, see your signature, see you. Yeah, that's enough good evidence for you. You know, even with a lawyer, you can have an agreement with a lawyer. So okay, you want to do this thing for me, like that retainership I talk. So okay, do agreement to bind two of us in case. So if you basically me, I know see you. That agreement to protect two of us, at least I need to protect myself. Always have the interest of your business at heart, but at every given time. Always do that. Do you understand? And like I said, thank you for the question you asked. Getting a lawyer is not be to you jump, you carry your gun. It's not difficult. They do it sometimes. Some of them might even do this for you for very minimum amounts, very tiny amount of money. But these things, you have the option to either say, okay, let me do it, or you say me you leave them. But remember, the consequence of not doing it is usually very grievous. For example, now that tax we discuss, if the concept to penalize you and count times the money we never pay back times, they not be down there be double wahala. So these little things save you a lot of stress. I've answered your question. Is there something that is okay? TIN. You know when you register a business, like it's not on your logo. You see BN, business name. See that number way up. I don't know if it's too far. Cheers, now they see. See that number way on top of that Trescaro, that number. That one are the identification number of Trescaro. You understand? If you even go to CAC website, see that website is very good now. You go to CAC website for your friends, instead of going to their office, you all sit down cross leg. Type that thing, you'll see Trescaro. Do you understand? So they give you that number is to identify you. In the same way, we see CAC, if you register, they'll give you that ROC for company, or they give you business name number. If you go to FIRS and they'll give you that's the name, your identification number. Good, yes. So imagine say house of 10 children. If you want call, not be their name, you know if you call say boy come out, we don't know be boy now. But you know if you say Mr. Chris will get up. Say Mr. Eric will get up because they know their name. So as far as CAC is concerned, that number is your name with them. Do you understand? CIN is also your number, is also your identification with them.
I think they're also trying to do everything together. Immediately you register your CAC now. Once you get a notification from CAC that your business name has been registered, your certificate is ready for collection. Like 2 or 3 days later, FIRS will send you your SIM number to your email address. So it comes to you because they now work together. All of these better connections that so you don't need to go. But if it doesn't come, if you go there, they'll just ask what they are going to do. They're not going to create, they'll search for it and give you.
Yes. Okay, just in addition, there's what you call the one-stop shop. There are different, there are different agencies for different purposes. Do you understand? But the federal government has, I think 4 or 5 years back, we're working to bring all of these bodies into one umbrella where they make things easy for you. So imagine you walk into one place, everything where you define, you're just going for that place. You understand? That's what he just said. Okay, you have a question. You need mic. So it's a ladies that they ask. If your opinion, Auntie Abeg. This is that. Thank you. Do I need that mic? I'm loud. Thank you.
In the process of the discussion, we have a
okay.
to implement reasonable institutional.
Okay. In case other people don't make them understand.
My sister, lawyer.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
When the teachers tell us one of the conditions to implement a reasonable institutional lowdown, and you go out and start and say that person. Even members for one customer and take your that customer.
Yes, non-solicit. Yes.
And my customer here, you say anything bad.
Yes.
Is it only business alone? Business like our trading or agricultural business? You will see in church. Maybe the person gets your Second question.
Let's do that in a past.
Work. When they reach 1 month, 2 months, to sack.
Mm-hmm.
Plan that fresh one.
You use that like that.
Before you know, you go for one,
To where?
for 5 hours.
Kind of that one.
You just go down to that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for your question. I like the first one. Excuse me, pass. Okay, when you talk about business, there are some entities you cannot necessarily call them business. You know why? Because they are for non-profit. They're not doing it for the purpose of making profit. And one of those businesses is churches. Do you understand? Churches like now, no. Let's say that churches, they don't, you won't necessarily call them business because when they don't for profits, you understand? Or even though this orphanage home, do you understand? So in that case, you know, if you can bring non-solicit agreements because no be proper business structure per se, you understand? You know, if you come bring and say, okay, all my assistant pastors, all of them sign this thing. If any member miss when you leave this church, we follow you. We know it's you. You can't say that. So sir, it doesn't quite apply. In case maybe you get church and they think of member who have no verse, but that argument doesn't quite apply. You know, see the other pastor don't break. You say half of the member don't break, follow pastor. Church don't empty. That argument doesn't quite come. So you understand. Okay, your second question. If yes, that's the way they yes. In the course of my teaching, I mentioned there's a concept of law called labor law, and that labor law protects the interest of an employee, as in person where they work for person, against employers where they like to use people like that. In the same way Land Use Act protects tenants from bad landlords, or even protect landlords from bad tenants. That's how labor law protects employees from employers, even employers from employees. Do you understand? If person be say you get the habit of you go use person, let's even assume say okay, agreements, no rights agreement. That's why agreement is always good. Because if I dey work for you now, Oga, we sign agreements, you talk say okay, so and so this is your money that you pay me at the end of the month, and then you not pay me. Of course, bank statements dey there to show that I didn't receive any money from you, and you can't sack me. With that agreement, I can easily take you to court, right? But let's even assume that okay, there was no agreement, nothing. You just carry me for street. Hey, okay, come work for me, and I come and work for you. There's what you call if that issue. Maybe you don't pick like 1, 2, 3, 4 persons like that. They don't do that to that person. If there are sometimes in courts, there's what you call character evidence. When character evidence means say you'll be able to explain to the court that this thing will happen. So is what this person is always doing. For example, if lecturers where they like victimize students, okay, sleep with me or give me money, now pass you. If that for any reason, that matter enter court, if I be lawyer, you know what I go do? I go just feel like 2, 4, 3 other. In fact, sometimes a court can convict you on the testimony of just one witness, a human being, because the court believe that okay, so long as you are saying you are not mad, anything you say, you know what you are saying. The court can convict you on one testimony of one person. Imagine I can get like 5 persons where don't talk say, this thing so now so this or guy they do one. It's very easy for the court to convict you. So in that kind of case, maybe you get person where they collect you use people, you not pay them, you sack them like that. You can just approach the courts. Do you understand? Labor law protects your interests. Do you understand? But like I said, it's always all of those English now. You can save yourself that stress if you just have. It's as simple as an employment letter. As simple as even if now one, if you even get one, you get the template for your system, for your laptop. If as you they change them as time they come. If for example I give you as a lawyer and I give you a template, or you have a template of an employment letter in your system, if I want to employ Mr. Eric, I go pull Mr. Eric name for there. Imagine you know say template now like structure there your laptop. If I need to employ another person, I don't need to do another one. I just come on Eric, forget your name. Put Mr. George. John, I say something like say you the right fresh one every time. If you have the template, you just to change some small things. Like it or not, these little things can save you a lot of stress. Do you understand? Shall I answer your question, Oga? And who get question? Okay. Sorry, sir. The lady carrying baby. They're sweet, Abby. See, lawyers are your friend. Don't be scared of us. Thank you, ma.
My question now, what you say, waste business. For instance, my business, not the rate refuse. Like maybe like sometimes in a month, they don't even get anything. But then they drop their bill every month. Now when we try to find out like, okay, these people, we know people report and they say now the government have they say you are a lawyer, so my advice, I want you to advise us because if I want to pay this refuse every month and the business just they do the start, not money not they come like that, but then they bring them every month and they threaten, say if you don't pay, they will come arrest person. I beg. Now how we do it? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma, for that question. First of all, on behalf of our Nigeria, we apologize for all of that stress. And for those of us, they've done it too. Okay, one thing I would say is, for every government parastatal, right, there is a structure that allows you to register your bitterness or complaints. Do you understand? Even though most times it happens that, okay, when you talk, you like a person, you kick your file, enter that into your loss. Do you understand? So right now, there are different ways you can complain. Now, one of them is, see these websites that we're talking about. Some of these websites, they give you the opportunity to go there and register your complaints. Do you understand? You can either write to the commission, okay, write to them and say, okay, see, like as some of us they get estimated B, I know some of us they complain of that same way. You can write to them. Do you understand? There are even times where you can even walk to maybe a television company, a television station. They would invite their organ to ask them these questions. Do you understand? Let's show me there is good. You can even go there, lay a complaint. Do you understand? Go to their website, complain. Better say just go there physically, go to their office and go to best your complaint. Problem is that most times when you complain, you won't follow up. You complain, I expect that okay, magic will happen. You take it off from there. Do you understand? If you go once, another person go. Do you get? I'm sure they'll take it seriously. And mind you, there is also something that you can sue for. You have been charged exorbitantly. Do you understand? Truth is, nobody likes court case. Do you understand? If they see that constitution, definitely they will want to look into it. But I want to stand here today and assure every one of you that we are not in a Nigeria where your voice cannot be heard. Don't let anybody tell you that thing. Don't let anybody tell you that thing. If you have a problem with how maybe a structure or something is not working, you can always complain. Don't say, okay, and I saw we see small does you kind of give you 20,000. Next, how much are you not making from the business? You can always lay complaints. You can approach the appropriate authorities. Do you understand? There are different media, even their websites, social media. Before get phones, this is there for social media every time now. You go there, you go to their website, you can even go to the radio station and complain. Okay, see what's happening. What's this local station, man around town? There is nothing to talk about. These are mediums through which citizens can spell out their grievances. For example, NSAS protest. Protest is one of the ways you can also tell the government that this is that people are doing. We know like so long as it's peaceful. There are different mediums to reach your government. You know, if it's gonna say, okay, you want Buhari, you don't get a number. But there are ways to get his attention, which are the ways I just mentioned. Your phone is a very powerful tool, so long as you stay within boundaries. You understand? Walk into a station radio company, you complain. Do you understand? So please don't believe that you're in a country where your voice cannot be heard, or if something happens, just take like that. No, so it be now, nothing will happen. Don't believe like that. You have a right to demand. So long, it's even like this guy said. He said when you do vehicle documents, when they drive, the leg they sweet them. Because you say this road where they drive, I deserve them. The same thing if you pay your tax and you're a law-abiding citizen. There's no way say maybe you can't see taxpayers, you can't run tax. You know, run, you know fear. So long as you have your house in order. Do you understand? So, ma, you can lay complaints anytime. Anytime. You understand? Thank you. Any other question? Okay, Oga. Business name, okay. Sorry, sir, I can't hear you. Okay, like a corporate account. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, yes.
So without that, you will check out. So after some time, you have to go, not really check out. they are not paying the team. That is normal. That means the station is not comfortable because it's them withdrawing issue and this. I don't know whether the station is comfortable as far as the
You can do your things. Okay, your team is very important. Do you understand? It's very important. The same way CAC will give you business name and ROC numbers, you need to have your team. That's your identification with the internal revenues. Do you understand? Aside that you have registered your name, how will they know that, okay, this person has done this thing if you don't have an identification number? It's very important. So I won't clearly say that, okay, your registration was complete. Do you understand? It's something you can still apply for and you get it. Because there are some forms you might need to fill and you will need to put it there. Do you understand? And also because they don't give you checkbook, you can withdraw, you can collect, you don't move ahead. No, just complete it. Do you understand? Just complete the registration and get the number. Okay, answer your question, Abby. Any other question? We don't have another question, Abby. Okay, I'll just thank you. Thank you. Okay, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Okay, I'd just like to add one thing. It sounds funny, but it's something I believe we should all know. And it's for the fact that you mentioned something that I feel we didn't get it clearly. It's not that best way get business. Don't say no if you swam. If you swam, you can even sign an agreement. Do you understand? The disadvantage of business names is, okay, there's something in court where we call summary judgment. If, for example, say you they owe me money now, and I won't collect my money back. If I sue you finish, and the court need to give my money, if they don't, maybe they don't check all your accounts for all the banks, they don't see, maybe they only like 20 million, maybe they don't check all your account, they don't check everything. They don't, maybe they gather like 80 million. Court will not say, okay, take 80 million and go now. So long as there are still areas, there are still things that we can set to complete my money. Before you know, they will enter your cars, they will enter your houses. As funny as it sounds, they will enter your clothes. Yes, it's called judgment enforcement. Shall used to enter your house, they will bring your wardrobe, they say you see, they will say your clothes for clicker, just to gather the money to pay the person, the judgment, the person that you are owing. Do you understand? So all of these things are actually avoidable. I don't think you want to own a business because the person will cost your shoe, cost your shirt, cost your clothes, cost your collect money where they owe. Do you understand? As funny as it sounds, please and please and please, an agreement at every stage of your business is very important. And the presence of a legal advisor cannot be overemphasized. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.